Hey guys, Luke here. So this is going to be quite a bit different than my normal 3D printer, maker videos that I've been making lately. I kind of created this channel just to give, my ideas and my impressions about future technology. So, I've had an interest in cryptocurrencies ever since I learned about the original Bitcoin, the underlying technology, how it works, why it works, what makes it unique compared to our current system of, paper bills and all the other world currencies and that kind of stuff. So this is just kind of an extension of that, and I kind of want to share about a product that I've been using. I've been previously using the Ledger Nano S, which is the older version. I actually have it hanging up on the wall here, and this is just another one since I bought the double pack. But now I'm able to share something that kind of brings the crypto wallet to the more usable state, where it has Bluetooth now, so I can use it on my phone instead of having to plug it into my computer and then send things like that and not being able to use a webcam. Moving forward, I'll probably do some explainer videos on what cryptocurrency is and the basic underlying principles of what it is, why it works, and why it actually does change the game in terms of how we transact value. Trustless is a big important term, and I really think that this is I think this is the future. It might not be with the current technology we have and the current cryptocurrencies that are out there, but I really think that the blockchain has an ability to bring everyone together and kind of aid in just global commerce. So with that long and boring speech out of the way, here we go. Alright, so this is the newest device from Ledger. The big things about it is that it adds Bluetooth capability on there, but that's a lot of simplicity, but at the same time maintains pretty much the same form factor and the same general usability and simplicity of it. This isn't a touchscreen extra. Basically, it's not a second smartphone. It's still something that you can easily transport on your hand without really worrying about it. So let's see if we can get this open here. I mean, yeah, that's basically as simple as it gets. So I have the Nano S right next to it. So it's a touch longer, and it has this is quite a bit heavier, probably because of the battery and all the extra hardware that's on the inside here. But otherwise, it maintains the same general focus. So moving the shield out of the way, we'll do the ever so wonderful peel here and see if it's pre-charged. And sure enough, it is. So what it wants me to do is to go through the welcome screen. So press the right button, download the app, press left or right. So instead of having two buttons along the top, it's integrated the buttons into this swivel here and on the other side. And then press both buttons to validate a selection, and then hold both buttons to access it and turn it off. So you can see here in the upper right corner is the battery light. And to start Ledger Live, get assistance during setup. And then it gives you your two options here, where you can set it up with a brand new seed, or you can restore from recovery phase. So I'm going to restore from recovery phase. I am not going to share that with you. Instead, I'm just going to continue giving the overall opinion of it. And actually, we can set it up from a new seed here, just to kind of go through. So we pick our two items here, and then we double press, and then we'll choose a PIN code of 4 to 8 digits, and we are going to make that 1 1 1 0. See, it's so secure, I forgot about it. And then it's going to want you to write down your recovery phrase. So this is the 24 character words, and these are probably the most important things. So the important part is these 24 word phrases are forward and backwards compatible. They're completely separate from your ledger. You could use these to back them up on a computer. You could use these to back them up on pretty much anything you wanted. I don't recommend doing that on anything you wanted because those don't have a secure element similar to here, but they are universal. So in case you do lose this, or in case you want to have a backup device such as this ledger or the other ledger, you can do that from that 24 phrase. So if we look in the box a little bit more, I'm willing to bet that they have a provided sheet here as well as a USB. So before I get too far, they kind of describe the recovery sheet here. So this is where you would write it down. I use also like metal to write down some of my characters for here. So I have part of them in metal and part of them I just commit to memory or hide in other places. So ideally you'd have it stashed away in multiple locations, like a safe deposit box, or buried in your backyard underneath your favorite tree that only you would know, that kind of stuff, just to make sure that it's backed up in the case of you losing your device and not having access to your tokens. From here, you can restore it to wherever the heck you want. So they do provide 2 sheets, so you can stash it away in 2 different places. 3 sheets, actually. Forgive me, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Getting started guide, a use, care, and regulatory statement, and then just a little ledger stickers, actually. They brought you decals that you can put on places. Last thing in the box here is a USB Type A to USB Type C. This is beautiful. This is what I wanted to see. So it looks like this device has a USB-C port, which is used on pretty much everything under the sun. It is a very versatile port. It's used here on my Note 8 and pretty much any modern smartphone except for an iPhone. Sorry, iPhone users. So if you want to connect it directly, all you need to do is have a C-to-C cable or use your phone charger, and you could, charge this up with its 100 milliamp hour battery. That battery is rated for a couple hours of on-screen use, but over a month of standby. So I would expect that you wouldn't be using this all day, every day, and if you did, you probably wouldn't mind plugging it in. But it's kind of nice just to have it on your keychain or something like that, and to be able to use it that way. So comparing this to the original ledger, there's quite a few things that, focus, there we go, quite a few things that I really like. First is the fact that it has Bluetooth. That to me is probably the biggest difference overall. So the fact that I can interact with it on a daily basis with my phone, and instead of having to load up an app on my computer and only be home, I can do it on the go. That's where I mostly want to use it, right? So I want to be able to go into a store or go to a guy in Craigslist and to be able to pay securely with cryptocurrencies. And not having a secure element in my phone that does the same level of encryption and protects my private keys, it's a bit more worrisome. I have to worry about software layers instead of the hardware layers that are built in here. So being able to do that via Bluetooth is really nice. As for the security of the Bluetooth is encrypted, but in the case of a man-in-the-middle attack, you still have to verify where it's going, how much, and all those other details on the screen. So as long as you compare your details on your phone screen to the details on here, you can be confident that it's going to where the ledger signs it to. So even if they get a man in the middle, as long as you are checking the first 4 letters and the last 4 letters of the address that you're sending it to, you should be good to go. It should not have any issues. And all of your keys remain on the device. So even if you send a transaction and someone is the man in the middle, all they see is the signed transaction, but not the actual private key which controls the transactions. All of this I'm going to go through in a different video of cryptocurrency blockchain encryption basics. So if you don't understand that, you can either Google it or wait till or ask in the comments below. More than happy to help there. One extra benefit of the newer one is that this one apparently can hold up to 100 apps at the same time, versus this one started out at like 3 to 4 to 5, and mostly because it would use similar protocol. So Litecoin is basically just a slightly different version of Bitcoin's protocol, and then it degraded actually to more like 2 or 3 on here. I think I currently have 2. I have like Nano and something else as my daily driver apps. So the application isn't necessarily the whole story. So since this generates the private keys and it doesn't actually store the coins or remember all the addresses, that kind of stuff, it just uses those 24 word to generate a random address generator, and then assign you the keys from there. You can have all the cryptocurrencies that it supports on this device. It's just that you have to uninstall and reinstall new apps. With this here, not only can you do 100 up to 100, forgive me, at any given time, but you can also manage those apps from your phone. So per their website, they said that you can actually take it and change the apps out on the fly. So say somebody wants to give you a new coin that you don't have. Well, you can just add it on your phone, and then you're set up to good to go, receive it, and it's secured by the ledger instead of having to be on like maybe a temporary wallet on your phone before going along. I mean, the chances of being compromised are moderate to low, if you're just keeping it for a short while, but hopefully the convenience factor of being able to do it all in the Ledger Live app to receive and send with this new currency is a big boon, which is really nice. The last improvement is the newer chip. So they say that this chip should be faster and more secure. It has all the nice updates. I'm not 100% sure whether or not it can do FIDO authentication, which is a two-factor authentication that requires a physical device. So I'm really kind of curious about that. I would really like to upgrade some of my devices. And now, since I have not 1 but 2 of these regular ledgers lying around, I might just start using these as FIDO devices and then not worry about it so much on here. But I'm really curious to see if I can use that as a two-factor authentication. So another thing about it is that I did find actually a small strap for it in here. So there actually is something that will go through the loop that's right here, so you can attach it to either a keychain or a lanyard or something similar. So I'm going to give this a shot on my keychain, and I'm going to use this as a daily driver. So I'm going to see how, just how good this is with use of the app. How long the battery lasts, how long, how fast it is to do transactions and send and receive cryptos all from the app. So I'm going to really try to use this to its fullest potential here. So if you like the video, hit like, get subscribed, comment if you have questions below. I'll try to answer you as you can. Again, I know this is a lot different than most of my other content that I have, but I try to make it a point to learn something every day, and this is something that really interests me, is all the differences that are going on with cryptocurrencies and everything like that. So if I help one person learn it every day, and because I learned, that's a big success. So let's give it a shot. I'll be back probably hopefully in like a month or 2 with like my official review for this, using it long term, just to share my experiences with it so people know what to buy in the future, and I can help them out with their choices there. So thanks for watching. Hasta la bye bye.